Y te quitó al mundo, corazón de ella no te dio para amar segundo. Adiós, adiós querida, no quiero la vida, me la amargaste tú. My name is Dunja Bakhtiarevic. I am originally from Bosnia, but I live in Croatia. And I'm part of Chant, Electronique, a band that combines traditional songs from mostly the countries that we're from with electronic music.
Eu sou a Teresa, sou do Porto e sou do Chant Electronique. Acho que há muitas coisas que se pode dizer sobre este coletivo e sobre o que andamos à procura. Acho que uma das coisas que nos define é continuarmos sempre à procura de novos caminhos ou novas possibilidades de fazer evoluir a caminhada.
So hello, I'm Niels from Chant Electronique. I play synths and I'm from France, suburbs of Paris. I was thinking a lot at that time about how I can mix these beautiful materials and songs that are traditional music with these beautiful tools of electronic music and computers, and so I talked about it with my friends of ethno. I did a lot of ethnos and I met a lot of friends, and with Dara, the fiddle player from Ireland, he was the first guy who said, "Wow, so cool." At that time, he was not really into electronic music. Then he really got in, and we tried a lot of stuff together. At some point, we were working with Teresa, and we became really close, and we talked with Dara about this project of mixing electronic music and traditional music in a bakery. Okay, sorry, I was just... So maximum vibe.
One.
Maximum vibe.
1, 2, 3, maximum vibe. 1, 2, 3.
Jorge.
And Teresa was behind her and said, "Yeah, totally in. I think if you want to do it, I can do it in Porto. No problem. I welcome all of you in Queimada, in my family house, and we can have a residency to reflect about this." And then we say, "Okay, go." So yeah, we had our first residency in Porto in 2019. It was still a really powerful experience to have this residency to just really think about what we can do, how we can work. And yeah, it became Chant Electronique.
And it was really unexpected for all of us that we were so compatible in the way we were thinking about this music, and having, for us singers, similar approaches to singing, similar interest in the voice. And then after the residency was over, I think it was Niels who said, is this maybe a collective? So we started then thinking about what we'll do in the future. I think all of us, in our own ways, in our own careers, in our own communities, are trying to find a way for traditional music to live in the modern times. There are many ways to do that. We are all part of different bands also, it's not just this one. And I think it's quite natural for traditional music to also have an electronic face. Many people would think that it's completely unrelatable and impossible to connect. Many people maybe think that it should not be connected. For relatively young people living in the modern times, I think it's the only way actually we can really reshape this tradition and give it a sound that's relevant for listeners today. So that it's not always the sound of history and the sound of the past and the sound of your grandma, but it's also the sound of the future also, but of your neighbor, of your friend, of your children also.
And I'm from Ireland. It can be hard with traditional music because some people, it's in a way inherently conservative, in a way, the world. Central feeling in people who are interested in traditional music seems to be preservation and continuation. And they're all good and important things. But I think the music is much stronger than we think, and I think it'll always be there. And we're interested in taking it in maybe some other directions. But at the same time, not just like smashing random genres together. We're essentially interested in the meaning and the stories of the songs, what they're trying to say, and how we can use the tools that we have now to tell those stories in better ways or different ways.
E acho que o processo é talvez o mais interessante neste projeto. Quer porque conta com muitas conversas e muitas discussões vindo nós de países e culturas muito diferentes sobre o que é a música tradicional para cada um de nós, o que é a eletrónica para cada um de nós e como é que elas podem encontrar algures aí no meio. Quer porque as músicas que nós cantamos, sendo elas tradicionais e vindas de países diferentes e tendo nós a preocupação de ser um repertório diversificado que engloba os nossos países e os países vizinhos, traz muitas temáticas universais, o que também traz uma discussão interessante sobre o que é que a eletrónica pode trazer a essas temáticas e como é que ela pode ser trabalhada e que ferramentas usar e porquê, e no fundo a discussão disso. Há um lado de isto ser documentado como projeto, que parece muito importante, quer porque as músicas depois e o resultado final e o que apresentamos depois em concerto ou em programas de rádio que fizemos, em podcasts. Há sempre essa preocupação de discutirmos entre nós o porquê das coisas, no fundo procurar cada vez mais camadas, como é que elas podem ter cada vez mais camadas para se tornarem também o mais abrangente possível.
I can speak for myself. I learn a lot of songs and some of them stay with me for a long time. Through me, I think they do get a different form or a different expression, even though sometimes I'm not really aware that this happens. I just maybe go back to the original recording that I heard, and then I realized that is much different than how I sing it now. And when a song comes through me like this, and then I bring it to the group, we talk about the meanings of the song, the possible meanings, like what it might have meant in the past, how it could be connected to today, to the topics that interest us today, and also, of course, what a particular song means to a particular singer, to me or to Teresa or to Louise, what it evokes, what kind of emotions, and what do we relate to it in our lives. And then people responsible for their own instruments or their own machines bring in different ideas how we could arrange it. And it's really interesting how some topics that songs are about are very universal. It doesn't really matter like where they're from. Every country has songs about wars, and every person living today has an opinion about war. Every woman has an opinion, every man has an opinion. The fears are different, but yeah, I think it's relevant for everybody.
um prazer trabalhar com um grupo de músicos, penso que falo por nós todos, em que cada um de nós tem alguma vertigem e necessidade de se ver em sítios onde não esteve antes, de experimentar coisas que não tenha experimentado antes e de ver isso desplotar nos outros exatamente a mesma coisa. É sempre uma aventura perceber que as coisas se transformam a cada vez e também que nos sentimos sempre muito confortáveis juntos em experimentar coisas difíceis, em falhar redondamente, em voltar a tentar infinitas vezes, em tomarmos conta de uns dos outros no que é esse percurso e processo de nos levarmos a limites ou a zonas menos habituais.
I suppose what I think we want to say is like, listen to these songs, like, see how relevant they are to us today, even though they've been around for a long time, and see how versatile and kind of durable they are. They can survive synths and drum machines and all the things we do to them, or do with them, and their story is still there and is still really relevant. And I hope it maybe creates some interest in the meaning of these songs and where they come from and the cultures that they grew out of.
Still really surprised and really happy how we get along as people, as musicians. It's going really nicely.
Podemos ter todos perspectivas diferentes sobre o que é este projeto e o que é que estamos à procura, o que me parece ainda mais rico como projeto. Várias visões do que é que isto é ou pode ser e poder funcionar sempre com as pessoas que estão é um prazer imenso poder fazer parte.